What's happening, people? Welcome to this episode of Everything 9000. What's happening, boys?
I'm good, bro. Ready and man, just ready to go in it. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, we need to be quick because this room is like a boiler at the moment. 30 degrees outside, feels like 40 in here. But anyway, now we're talking about Euro 2020 today. Thought we'd just do a bit of a review. There was a lot of things that sort of, came about whilst it was happening. There was some stuff before the tournament even happened. There was some stuff after the tournament happened. And of course, we nearly brought it home. But yeah, I just want to unpack sort of that today. It's mad. It's like, what we're 10 days after now?
10, 11, I don't know, man. The only thing I brought home is fucking COVID after watching the finals in Shoreditch, man. But bruv,
you watched in Shoreditch?
The emotions were so high. So I went to watch the finals. I watched everything out, right? But the finals especially, the vibes were literally incredible. Like, we stepped on the tube, people I didn't even know, like girls like painting like what the
England
flag on my cheek. Everyone was saying, yo, it's coming home.
You bought an England t-shirt the day before.
Yeah,
when prices were up at £99, right? The t-shirt cost 70 quid. You bought one for £99.
You know what it was?
And the day after when we lost, I'm sure that would have been worth about 30 quid. Yeah.
I like.
Why didn't you just go Camden Market or something?
I'm actually upset that I forgot to wear it today because I was going to and I just forgot. But all I'm saying
we'll
is,
Photoshop it on. Here's a picture of Ishan wearing his England top. So there's proof he spent £99 on that.
But yo, let's get back to the point. But the spirits in London were high, and like it's not even London.
The whole country. The spirit was high. Yeah.
Well, your spirit wasn't high.
Mine wasn't high.
You were like a Scrooge. I would call him, and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm supporting Germany today." And I'm like, "What?
Nah.
Why? Why were you supporting Germany?"
Look, I don't have anything against England players and the England team as such, right? Okay, my problem was generally with the country and the fans and the English fans, to be honest. So that was my main thing, and I didn't want England, the country, and England, the fans to win a trophy. Basically, that was my main thing. It wasn't England, the players so much, right? I love the team. Don't get me wrong. I love the team, but I can't be backing. You guys saw
what is it for you that the win would represent that doesn't sit right with you?
I don't know, the whole attitude of the people. Like, English fans are the worst. Can we like agree on that?
I mean, I'm an English fan.
What? No.
I'm an English fan.
No. But like, come on, are English fans not the worst? Like in the Euros, when you look at all the fans that have happened, like all the fans and stuff, right? All the incidents involving fans. Right? Did you hear anything about any other country's fans? England fans, right? They're out there rioting. Okay, one. Right, breaking into Wembley and stuff. That was ludicrous, right? Okay, yeah, I don't even know what to say to that, right? And secondly, booing the other team's national anthem. I think that's
very bad.
That is a low blow.
Yeah, that's disrespectful. Fine. But that's a proportion of people.
Not like even proportion, and not only with that, but then booing your own team players for like taking the knee. And then you know what, the ugly side, and it's not just a proportion, bro. You can't just say it's a proportion. Okay, yeah, it's a problem that's within our society. Okay, yeah, even like after England lost, immediately the first thought of the players and a majority of the people was, oh, look at the racist abuse they're gonna kind of have, and that's exactly what happened afterwards. You really think those fans deserve a trophy? Like, there's been a lot said about why England can't host, like a major tournament, like the World Cup and stuff. Before this, I was like, oh yeah, I'd like a World Cup in England and stuff because the infrastructure's there, everything's there. But after seeing the fans and stuff, bro, like, honestly.
So you touched on two things that I did want to unpack. So one was, before the tournament began, there was a lot of talk about, Black Lives Matter, taking the knee, players taking the knee, will the England team take the knee, will other nations take the knee? I think we saw, was it Russia didn't take the knee.
Ukraine didn't, I think. So a lot of the Eastern European countries basically didn't take the knee, they're a bit rougher, aren't they, anyway? So they would probably, they wouldn't have taken the knee.
But, the second thing you mentioned was, okay, look at the response after Saka, Sancho, Rashford, so it kind of shows, at that point, because Black Lives Matter, the whole George Floyd, the whole, the sort of the fire that was burning, that took off in 2020, come the start of the tournament, there were some people like, oh, does taking the knee even mean anything now? You know, it's just a symbol.
Yeah.
You know, it's lost its meaning a year later. There were people, I was talking to people like, look, I understand why people take the knee, but now is it almost just something that's just done for the football match? Or like, do people even care that it's done? But for me, you know, seeing the response after, it shows, look, that's exactly what was needed.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to just get onto that. Like when you were looking, okay, so when teams started taking the knee, right, yeah, these stadiums were empty, right? So we were playing, you know, behind closed doors and stuff. The stadiums were empty. The players would take the knee. You know, the referee would blow the whistle for 10 seconds. They get on with it, okay? It came to the point where it became almost like, you know, a thing that the team has to do. And, like, you couldn't really see any of its impact off the pitch as well. So it was just something like the teams were doing it for PR, basically, because it was the norm to do. Like, they didn't want to be the team not to do it because that would have attracted bad PR for them, right? So for them, it became like a PR exercise. But as soon as the fans were let in, right, you know, you had a few thousand fans in the stadium and stuff, and when players did that, you started noticing. I think this was even in the Premier League. I'm not sure. Was it the FA Cup?
There were I think the final day of the Premier League.
Yeah, the final day. Yeah, there were fans. So like you started noticing in the Premier League that certain like crowds and stuff, like certain people within the crowds and stuff, were booing this. Okay, yeah. So that then became like important. We're like, okay, we do need to do this because you know this is what the general mood in the country is. Some people think that it's okay to be racist to people, and not even racist to people, but they're going against like. You know, if you're a black footballer, you're taking the knee because you're asking people not to be racist to them, right? Yeah, or even just generally drop those attitudes.
Yo, let me just add a spanner in the works, and I know what I think. I really know what the answer is, and my answer is going to probably be the same. But just putting something out there. So, like, do you think if you boo for people taking the knee, or you just don't support that, you're racist?
100%.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. But you know what's crazy? It's like in the workplace, I don't want to out anyone I work with, but like, you know, throughout the Euros, everyone's talking about the Euros and stuff, right? And one thing I thought was pretty cool, and it kind of goes against what you said, right? So the first time, I think it was one of the first England games, I was in Shoreditch, and like, you know, everyone that was watching the England games was like predominantly white. And I'll put it out there, I'm not like the biggest football fan, but you know, if anytime England's playing, I'm gonna watch that game because it just brings everyone together, and I like the social aspect to watching football,
the camaraderie
right?
of it.
Yeah. One thing I thought was pretty cool was like when the England players were taking the knee, right? Everyone started cheering in the club, in the pub, and like these are like, you know, a lot of football fans are cheering, and they all actually gave the big screens a standing ovation. And I was like, yo, that's pretty cool, man. And like that literally...
See, this is the thing. I know Ishan's not like an avid football follower, right? He doesn't watch it every week. He's not watching the Premier League. He doesn't really support a team. He's like, yeah, this, that, and the other. But, you know, the tournament, you know, the whole vibe, it's coming home, the national spirit, you know, the energy. And like he said, look, he's really bought into it. I mean, he spent £100 on a football t-shirt. But, you know, I'm not going to let that drop. He spent £100 on that top.
But, you know, I just don't buy it, man. I just don't buy it. Look, as I said, I have nothing against the England football team itself. Yeah, I do love them, man. Obviously, I've, you know, kind of grown up supporting England stuff as well. But this year, a lot of it, a tiny bit of it is because of footballing reasons, and the majority of it is because, as I said, the footballing reasons we'll get onto as well.
The footballing reasons is Southgate, isn't it? I think
Southgate is a stand-up guy. I love Gareth Southgate as the man, as he, you know, for the man that he is. Okay, yeah, he's incredible. He's actually, you know, backed the players. He's not given into pressure or like, you know, tried to be like, okay, look, you know, we'll keep like a neutral stance on this and stuff. All that bollocks that normally managers would do. He actually said, look, if England players have made this decision, I'm going to stick by it. Okay, yeah. So in that sense, he's actually been a true leader of the country in that sense, right? Okay, yeah, as Gary Neville had said, basically, like, you know, he'd shown more leadership credentials than any of our, like, you know, the Prime Minister and other MPs and stuff, right? Okay, yeah. So I love Gareth Southgate, but as a manager, I don't know if he's that great, to be honest.
I don't think he's great at all.
I mean, I don't know nothing about football, but I swear it's the first time we got taken to the finals, regardless of what anyone says.
It's kind of masking over the thing. Oh, he took us to a semi-final. He took us to a final. But let's not forget, this route to the final was as easy as you could ever dream of.
Yeah, like, you had
the hardest team we played was Germany, and even there, you know, they're at a transition where they've got a lot of young players.
Germany's not the same Germany from 4 years ago. You know, that would have like blown this team apart. Germany have been on the decline for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah, and Southgate seems to have this uncontrollable bias for Mason Mount, and yet Jack Grealish doesn't even get excited.
There's a couple of players he just loves playing, no matter how bad they'll play. Saka,
Mason Mount had a shocker in the final.
Yeah. And then even Harry Kane, I think sometimes, Harry Kane's one of those players you can't really take off.
Understand, because Kane is that player, he'll have a bad game, but he'll have that 1 minute where he'll score a goal.
Yeah, so Kane's the kind of player you can't really take off. But to be honest, the whole thing about playing two holding midfielders and stuff when you've got so much talent.
It's like he just wouldn't step away from two holding midfield players.
And even England's defense isn't that great. Yeah, so against Germany, when I looked at the Germany, the team against Germany, I was so pissed. Okay, granted we won 2-0, yeah. But
only when Grealish came on.
Yeah, only when Grealish came on. But the whole approach was it's almost incredible. Jadon Sancho, one of the biggest players in the world, wouldn't even get a look into your team.
I mean, I know he played in the German league, but his stats, he was in the top 10 in the world
incredible,
for a whole year for the most goal assists.
He's got double figures for goals and assists, and the fact that he doesn't get a look into the team, and I don't know how you're going to justify it. I think the German media was they were thinking how good England must be.
They would have been looking forward to him playing.
Yeah.
But now Southgate, I understand the FA has gone to Southgate and said, we want you to stay until 2024. Southgate's turned around and saying, look, I don't want to overstay my welcome. I'm going to take one step at a time. Let's see what the World Cup is saying next year. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve his chance next year.
Yeah, no,
but he was criticised in 2018 in the World Cup for making substitutions too late. He did that again. I mean, in the final, he made 2 substitutions just for penalties.
Honestly, that was. I know that they came out and said, look, it was my decision for them to take the penalty, and I think it's just from a managerial point of view, right? Okay, yeah,
But no one seemed to care. No one wanted to blame him. Everyone wanted to blame. But how can you blame the player? Those players are coming on. They've hardly played the whole Euros, right? Jadon Sancho had 10 minutes. Have you seen the video? There's actually a clip where Southgate goes around to one of them, each of them,
letting them know they're going to take
a penalty.
Oh, really?
They're just like, yeah, fine. And
they were confident.
Grealish he's just around Southgate every time, just like, Gaffer, you can ask me, but he didn't get asked.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think he made the right decision.
You know what? He's got
Saka's not taken a penalty for club level. I don't know if I'm wrong there, but I've heard he hasn't. Sancho, I think he has taken penalties for club level, but he's 21
But Sancho's penalty was on point though. It got saved.
Any penalty that's saved is never on point.
Rashford, I understand. Rashford was the right decision because he does take penalties for United too.
No, I don't know if it was the right decision. The reason I don't think it was the right decision.
He just about warmed up. You just about
I mean, it was the right decision for him to take a penalty given who was on the field, but maybe not the right decision to send him on with 1 minute to go.
1 minute to go, and you're not in the game. You're not in the game. You're a kid, okay? Even with Sancho, you've not played. You've played 10 minutes in the whole tournament. You're in the final, England's first final in 55 years or something like that. Your manager goes, okay, you're going on, kid, to take a penalty. You're 19, 20. And your muscles are cold. You're trying to make sense of what's happening. All those England fans play. Fans ahead of you behind the goal.
Bad pressure.
How are you going to take that penalty? Look, people who should have taken the penalty should have been the ones that were playing on that day, who were already into the game. Who's mentally they were in a different place. So Sancho and Rashford, for example, for just coming on, and with cold muscles and stuff, asked to take the penalty. And
I mean, I'm not a professional footballer, but if I've played 90 minutes, then you're just thinking, oh, it's just one more kick. Let's go. But, if you're sent on to take a penalty, your whole mentality is...
That's pressure, bro.
That's my kick. That's my job, one kick.
Yeah.
And, that's where other thoughts can enter your head, big crowd behind. It's on me to bring it home. Do
you think that people Henderson should have taken a penalty?
Henderson should definitely have taken a penalty.
He missed one in the tournament before, but he's a good freak, a dead ball player.
Yeah, given that he's got a lot of experience being in the Champions League.
Massive. And wasn't he in the squad for his leadership qualities?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He wasn't in the squad. There were better, technically there are better players than him in the England team. He probably shouldn't have been in the squad in terms of if you're looking at ability and technical ability and stuff. But yeah, he's there for the leadership because he's one of the biggest leaders in the team.
What about Shaw?
Oh god,
Shawberto.
No, didn't he score at the fucking first 2 minutes?
Do you think he's better than Roberto Carlos?
He's not better than Roberto Carlos. This is the thing with Man United fans, man. They're so fickle, man. I'm telling you,
Roberto.
No, but given someone that's his confidence probably booming. He probably was
his confidence was out of this world.
Oh, did he take a penalty?
He scored a goal in 2 minutes. He scored the goal.
Exactly. Would he play someone like him?
I'm sure earlier in the tournament he took a penalty for England.
I'm sure he had.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know, man. The decisions, like even Maguire, I love Maguire.
Joe,
You know,
I was just about to say that. You know what? So watching the final in the pub, yeah, you have no idea. When the whole pub found out that Harry Maguire was taking a penalty, it got silent. Everyone was like,
I was nervous.
Everyone was
I was like, he's missing this.
But bro, he scored a banger.
he scored a belter.
But
His
fine, fair
penalty was
play.
probably the best. But you know
when
it's one
he
of
done
those.
that, bro, when he done that, he's the reason I had COVID. Bro, so many random guys are picking me up and kissing me. I was like, oh shit, he's the reason. Yeah, my God.
And then Pickford saved that penalty. At that point, I genuinely, like, you should have, if there was a camera on me at my house, you know, I hope there isn't anywhere, but if there was a camera on me at house, you would have seen I went berserk. I actually genuinely thought, you know what, it's fucking coming home.
Yeah, it was a banger.
And then 10 seconds later for it to just be shattered.
No, to be honest, you can't
No.
you can't overturn 2 penalties, man. You can't, like, it's difficult because even if Saka had scored and Nick went and scored the next one, it would have been over.
No.
No, we were 2 penalties down.
We were
So
2 down, but Germany were 2 down. So we went 3 down with Saka's loss.
Italy,
Yeah.
no.
If Saka scored, we still could have won.
If Saka scored, we would have gone to sudden death.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not how I remember it, man.
I swear it was. I don't know, man.
Yeah, so it ended up they beat us 3-2 on penalties.
Yeah, but imagine Saka when you're 19 years old, you know, just a kid and stuff.
But you know what?
Final.
Let's look at the positives. Yeah, I feel like we've been talking about ifs and buts and could'ves and this that. But let's look at the positives, man. Like I'm still optimistic. Like it's a young squad, right? That Southgate's been playing with. Like he knows these guys from since under 21s, right? And he's like really brought them through.
That's the one thing.
That's a good thing.
Southgate is probably the best manager England have had in the last 20 years.
Is that because there's a lack of English managers though?
Oh, 100% there's a lack of English managers. Name me one good English manager that's on the world class level.
But listen, we're going back to negatives again, yeah? Let's look at this optimistically.
I'm just saying, like, Southgate's probably the best option for England, but Southgate's still not good enough, I think.
You can be optimistic, but
I'm saying
in the World Cup now, okay, you just had the Euros, you've had an easy Euros route.
Yeah.
Add to
Easy
that
World Cup
Argentina. Add to that Brazil.
Yeah.
Add to that even Uruguay. Add to that, just, you know, playing in Ecuador, Chile will be 10 times harder than playing a
I'm saying, we've got a year. We've got a year to fix up, look sharp, yeah. So hopefully, bruv, let's think about optimistically. If England did bring it home next year, it'd be so
you know what?
much
This is the one thing that pisses me off. Like, you know, this whole it's coming home things. Like for the last couple of years and stuff. Every single time England kick a ball and stuff, it's like it's coming home.
You can be optimistic,
that
right?
spirit, bro.
But what lasting effect will England fans' reactions have to 3 key players of the England squad? Bukayo Saka, Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
What lasting impact do you have? Like you said, it's a year away. It's not long.
Yeah.
Those memories are going to be. You know, a lot about the England team. We've always talked about scars. You know how the England teams had scars in the past.
Yeah.
You know, lost to Germany on penalties. This, that, and the other. You know, the whole Southgate was trying to shield this team. He said, "Look, this team has no scars. They're fresh."
Yeah.
Us as England fans, we've given this team scars.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a young team, man. That's inevitable in any sport, no?
No, it's not, man.
It's not.
You can't say it's inevitable.
You're telling me
man.
that English fan reaction was inevitable.
No.
You
I'm
know,
saying
sadly,
scars.
it
I'm
was
saying
inevitable.
scars.
It was inevitable in that sense,
That's
but
not
it should be.
expected. That shouldn't be expected.
Oh,
from football
100%.
players.
Yeah. Like racism shouldn't be expected at all.
But the extent to which, you know, it just hit different because when Saka missed that penalty, you know, the first thought that came into my head was, you know, he's gonna get racist, you know, messages.
Bro, everyone started crying, yeah? And like, I fucking started crying. Everyone started crying.
Oh my
it was
God,
so-
you're a melt, mate. You started crying because England lost the final.
Oh my days. You should have fucking been there as well. Like, no, seriously, like, if you're in that environment,
Man started crying.
if you're in an environment where everyone's spirits are so high,
Were you
you're
drunk?
gonna be there.
Alright, don't cry now.
Not really.
You were drunk.
But I vomited like everywhere, like 30 minutes.
God,
Everything
you're
was-
right. You know what? You are that England fan I was saying, yeah, that fucking dickhead, isn't it? You are that England fan.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
But fine, okay.
Okay, England aside, let's talk about the tournament now. Yeah, we've had enough of England, man. You know, about Christian Eriksen and Denmark, the journey they went on, man. That was pretty incredible.
It was incredible, yeah, but fuck Denmark. But
Nah, come on, man. Allow
are
England,
you
man.
happy for Italy?
To be honest, as a team, yeah, but again, as a nation, they're a bit like, you know what, like for mainland Europe, they're a bit racist, man.
They're very racist, you know. In Serie A, it's one of the most racist leagues.
Yeah.
If a black player goes to the touchline, you hear monkey chants. You have bananas thrown to players. Talk about, you know, was it Evra, Balotelli? You know,
all of them, man.
That's
All of them.
fucked
Like,
up,
and
man.
plus, like, you know, you
So,
hardly ever
you
see
know-
a black player in the Italian team as well. Like, there was no black player in this team, was there? I mean,
but you know what? Respect to Chiellini and Bonucci, man.
oh
They have
yeah,
something
yeah,
else
they're
at the
solid,
back.
man. They are solid. You know, but what are they, like 35, 36, and they are
36 and
going on.
34, yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, they are solid, man. Like, honestly, even in the England final, like, I think Kane was getting better with Chiellini in the first half, but then, like, they swapped him around.
To be fair, England in the first half of the final were on point.
Yeah.
Italy couldn't get a shoe in. But then, you know, Italy, they brought their wingers on, they changed their formation.
They dominated.
And then they
You know
dominated.
that player Chiesa? Oh my god, what a player! He's
already
probably been
rated
the
100
find.
million,
He's
so-
probably been like the find of the tournament. You know,
Find
you
the-
always
you always get a player of the tournament.
you always get like 3 or 4 players that kind of shine through and then get like big transfers like Chiesa.
In 2014, it was James Rodriguez. etc.
James Rodriguez, and then you remember like 2008 it was Arshavin when he
Yeah.
got moved to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Under
But-
Arshavin and stuff. But
Okay, so, you know, what's your predictions? Do you think England are going to bring it home?
I'm
No.
optimistic, man. And to be honest, bro, like, man, don't even know nothing about football, innit?
yo, you know what? I'm supporting Argentina in the World Cup, man. Coming
You're
up.
a fucking waste, man. Bro.
I'm telling you,
You're
I'm supporting
fucking
Argentina, man.
prick, bro.
Honestly,
Why don't you go
I'm like
fucking
Lionel
move there?
Messi, yeah.
Why don't you go move there, bruv? You're here, bruv.
Oh my god! Why,
Bruv, you know
why don't
you-
you fuck off back?
bruv, the water you
Go
drank this
back to
morning.
Pakistan. Is that what you're gonna say to me?
Oh my days, bruv! The water you drank this morning came from a British tap, fam.
Oh, is it? Oh my
Bruv,
god!
it's
Oh
an
shit.
English fucking
I
tap.
didn't know.
like,
I fucking
come
know
from the
English.
Highlands
Oh
and
my-
that. You get me? Name me one thing that you've bought. You don't even like Argentinian food, bro. You don't even. What is Argentinian food?
Steak.
Steak in it.
Do you eat steak?
I'm vegetarian.
Exactly. You should go fuck yourself, bruv. We should be. You get me? Like,
No. Look, honestly, jokes aside, yo, look,
I'm supporting
don't.
England, but I don't think they're going to bring it home.
Nah,
I'm supporting England no matter what, but that I spent £100 a t-shirt. You best believe.
Yeah.
I'm rocking.
I know
that.
you spent. I'm never going to let you forget you spent £100 on that
Bro,
t-shirt.
you know, I don't know why man's buy like real football shirts, man. I always go to like a market and stuff, pick
my
one up for
days.
like 20 quid, you know. Even
Okay,
then you haggle it down.
that's a separate conversation. Yeah?
Why would you pay £100 for an English shirt?
So
man?
man's got to support.
Oh my god,
Man's
you
got
got
support.
you got rolled. Oh my god, you know that
Man's got
wave
support.
took you in, man. That wave took you in. And fucking
Right, do you know what? I think that's enough. I think we reviewed Euro
Maybe-
2020 as much as we can.